All right, we're back at it. Maybe a little background noise and uncopywritten music. A lot of people bring their kids and they have treats for dogs. Although if you bring your wife, she might take some stuff home. Talking to my neighbor about the dump, he hasn't gone to it yet, and it's like a local recycling center, like a community center. And it is kind of an inconvenience when you only have Saturday and Sunday to spend with your kids and do stuff to go there. But, you know, it's also an opportunity to spend time with your kids or teach them, you know, hey, you got to do this. I see a lot of teenagers take their garbage there. And, you know, now that their parents don't have to, like the kid's capable. UTVs, even like 14-year-olds are driving the UTVs. But if you're a hoarder or you like to take stuff, you will definitely come home with more stuff than what you wanted to go there with. Good morning. Oh, I can't even talk. Good morning, Road King. Rody, hope you're doing well. Keyfob, what's up? Jim Reynolds, good to see you. Appreciate everyone stopping in here for a little bit or for a long bit. I don't know how long I'll be here for, but we're going to work on getting a new heart in the heart transplant here in the old Hemi. Last night I did a live stream kind of just putting it off. Figuring that if I just went live, it would magically do itself, but it didn't overnight. So here we are, having to still physically do the work. But that's how it goes. Good morning, Crystal Miller. Hope you're having a great day. I turn monetization on for this just for the heck of it. So if it's bad, let me know. But I would assume all the people in the chat right now that I'm seeing are YouTube premium members. And I wonder how the lighting is. It's good for me. It ought to be fine for y'all. Where are we going to start? Well, we've got the coolant drained. So I want to get the radiator out before I put a hole through it. That's my luck. But now, could I damage it taking it out to prevent it from getting damaged by leaving it in? Possibly. But the chances are much greater of it getting damaged. These little clippies sure get goofy. And every manufacturer makes them a little bit different. My eyes aren't up to par yet. So we'll start the day off looking like a complete fool. Holy bananas. We'll really start it off looking like a fool. Okay, I think it just slides off of here. All right, I'm going to go get a hammer and a big pry bar. No, I'm kidding. You little... That's why I don't like plastic stuff. It's just over time. There, that presses down. And that pulls. There, see that? Look at it. That's all you had to do. 5 minutes later. Normally, I don't like to work and talk and highlight things, but I thought, you know what? There might be a little market for people like to watch and ask a question or two. I do have Sick and Carney's show on in the background, but I gotta do this. And I figured I want to do this, so we'll pull in some vertical going to change my name to Taco Steve and really throw Sick for a loop. Do it. Oh my gosh. That would be great. Yeah, I bet Road King 2K1, did he, I didn't catch, the weather's a little bit foggy outside and so is my brain. I'm not still feeling up 100%, so I didn't catch all the conversation, but I know he was having a little issue with redirects when I last saw him, or just a minute ago, he was trying to do a redirect, and Sterling Wheel said that by the time he figures it out, the Mike Ball show will already be over. So I thought that was kind of funny. Okay. Oh, I have a special tool for these little clamps, but these are so accessible. This special tool works just great. Okay. That's funny. Yes, I plan on it, Salty. Thank you, though. I love hearing that because last night I kept telling myself over and over that, you know, just pull the intake. It's such an easy intake to pull. It really is. Like the little harness and bolts, fuel line, done. Out of there. Thank you, though. Because it looks like they did not pull the intake when they pulled it from the junkyard, and it looks like they tore. Well, I can't show you from here, but the engine's over here, and it looks like they torched, and it looks like they got mad, possibly a little frustrated, a little frustration. But I heard it run. I know the motor, so to speak, or boy, I sure don't know how to do camera work. It's a good motor. The wiring is not. I want to work, Salty. Don't you want to work at a junkyard for a day or a week and just be the guy that takes out motors and transmissions and not give one crap? And just one Sawzall, one man, one car. And you just take everything apart with that Sawzall. I wouldn't like it. I would, like, the clips are just as easy. Just undo the clips and pop the harnesses the way they're supposed to be. And now you got a sellable harness, because harnesses are in need at times, you know? I don't know. That's how I feel. But thanks for letting me know that on the intake. Rooney, that's the road I was headed down. Once we get the shroud, and I don't know, I'm just kind of, we don't have any real particular order. Except I know that coolant that was trapped in the hose is going to go on the floor, because the thermostat's going to hold it back. That's it there. And it'll miss that anyway, so that's all right. Oh, sweet, it went through fast. I do have a little background music on, but I doubt you'll be able to hear it. Somebody get this man a bucket. Oh, there's one under there, and a few chop rags, as I like to call them. And when I breathe, I kind of sound like a wheezing. I don't think you guys can hear that throw. It's actually not locked up. It's just so worn out. It doesn't run hardly. I put cam and lifters in it like 3 years ago, and a lot of metal had gone through the motor, but the cylinders and compression was decent. And I told the guy, hey, we could just budget this and see, like an experiment, but you pay me for my time, or we just put a motor in it and you pay, you know, like, and he wanted to he's like, yeah, let's try it. Let's just try that. And we did the solenoids, cam lifters, head gaskets, and just, you know, the most budgeted, and it ran great afterwards. But I told him, I said, some metal went through the motor, like your bearing, like everything is weaker than it was. And so you need to check your oil every 500 miles and you need to change it every 3,000 to 5,000. And he went about like 12 or 15K and didn't do anything. He just drove it for 15K and just, it's done now. So that's what we're doing. I drove it in, it runs ish. It'll be interesting to tear it down and see, it's definitely a rebuildable motor. They're a pretty impressive motor. This one had 280,000 miles. And again, it would still be running today off the budget cam and lifters we put in it if he would have changed the oil and filter at the intervals I suggested. But that doesn't happen a lot. So what is all this now here? I already took the lower part off. So I knew that was there. But yeah, so that's the deal, Salty, is that we're just, doing this and getting it out of here. And hopefully now he will take better care of it. Take better care of your stuff. But at least it's not locked up, which is always better than not, because there we go. I mean, yeah, right. I'll be doing a motor in about 2.5 years on this. Now, by that time, Wisconsin will have gotten to it. And the frame is really surprisingly solid, but the lower fenders, the rockers, the doors, that's all pretty rusted. Don't have a whole lot of experience on the Mopar side, not gonna lie. Not really my flavor. Nissan always was, just because that's what I did from the age like 20 to 35 was work for Infinity, and was kind of brainwashed into, not brainwashed, it's a good product. They made a good product, but never really paid attention. I just didn't care about domestic or cars at all because I had to work on them all the time. And when you have to do that, now I've got a little bit of a different appreciation for doing things like this. And two, being on your own, you can't really, I don't know. You gotta be careful of what you take on. And since I've done quite a few heads and stuff and cams, when I did a set of heads on a Chrysler 300 because the valve seats fell out of it. A little experience there. All right, now I think the radiator is easily enough to just, and the condenser isn't really, it is attached right there. Well, somebody may not have, maybe, I don't know what I want to do here. Looks like it slides out of the radiator there, but it also bolts to the radiator there. But if I get the fan off, there is a lot of room. But I know I'll hit it. I just know I'll hit it. It's how it always goes. So we're going to take off the lower radiator hose and a bolt here. Let's see, what do we got down here? I should YouTube this. Another bolt down there, maybe. Yeah, I should. Hey, old Mac, how you doing? When I went to bed, you was out here working. So here you are when I'm having breakfast. You're a hard worker. Well, thank you, old Mac. There's only one way to get things done. Salty, the only problem I have with, thank you for that, old Mac. Good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate you stopping in and having breakfast here. We're just talking about taking out the radiator because I know inevitably, no matter how much room there is, I'll nick it, hit it, dent it, something will happen. And then Salty said, the condenser, it's such a nice compact unit, but if you just do the compressor off the motor, you don't have to evacuate the system because of these hoses. It'll let you kind of weeble wob it out of the way. But if I take the condenser out, then I'm going to have to I'm going to have to break the system. And for that, I just really, honestly, guys, I don't participate a lot in AC work. So with that being said, I don't have an evacuation machine. And I'd rather not. It's right. I mean, I know it's kind of counterintuitive to do one and not the other, but I feel like the AC condenser is, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do here now. All these decisions all of a sudden. It is a big radiator. Well, let's just get the radiator out first. We'll just do step one, and then we'll assess it. We'll go from there. Because I'm not a fan. And then I'll have to take it to the dealer to have it, or not. Yeah, there's a dealer down the road that I would rather go to than a service shop, or I'd rather go to the dealership than the service shop in our area because of just, I know the people that work there and stuff. So all right, well, we'll do the heater hoses, lower radiator hose off the motor, and then attack these bolts. And my brain sure isn't working right. AC is money worth the, not to me, no, not to me. At 45, I've built it up to where I can pick and choose and do what I want, and it's not worth it to me at this point. I hate the way it smells. It is easy money, but I can do other things that I find enjoyment and get equal money, I guess, if that makes sense. So I don't want the hassle. I've already got my neighbor the other day coming down bitching at me about a snowmobile and a four-wheeler in the yard when my other neighbor, not Rob, has like a small farm and piles of just stuff everywhere. Makes my place look like the Taj Mahal. So I don't want any more. I honestly don't want to work on cars anymore and would be totally fine if everybody stopped coming to me with car work and just totally just stopped. Didn't bring me one more car ever. I would be the happiest man alive. If I never got one more call from this day forward for a car or truck or anything with four wheels, I would think I went to heaven. Because I absolutely hate, I would say hate, yeah. I would say, I mean, not hate, but I do not like working on cars anymore. But I'm too old to learn something new and too dumb to do anything different. Maybe, no, I don't mean it like that. That's what I'm doing is I'm starting the motorcycle stuff. And
really amping up on that. We have a gold mine of motorcycles with my neighbor Rob, and then his dad too. It's pretty crazy. The opportunities that lie ahead in the two-wheeled world. And this just seems to get in my way. But this is only like once a year type of deal. This will be like the second motor I've done in a year. So I'm not bitching. I'm just saying that at this point, I will not invest any more money into anything for doing anything related to cars unless it's for my LS RAV4 project. That's where I really want to be. I want to be working on my V8 RAV4. Doing another heater core on a Ram right now. Oh, God. Now, interior work, I'll do that. Like, yeah, like more heater core-ish type stuff. I don't mind dash work. Interior, light little 8s and 10s, and just little things. And clean. It's all clean in there. Everything's clean. Steering columns. Anything interior. Seat motors. Seats. Seat switches. Seats. Tracks. Guides. Motors. Covers. Love interior work. But I also don't mind either just, you know, heavier stuff. I just don't like foreign, and this is foreign to me to a certain degree. Whereas, like, I could literally have the engine and transmission out on a table in 45 minutes on this G37X. The engine, I mean, not split, but the whole everything dropped on a table, boom. Because I've just done it a handful of times and I'm familiar with it. I went to factory training for Infiniti and all that stuff. So when you do that, I think you get a lot more comfortable and just used to the flavor. And then being on my own for what now, almost 10, 12, 15 years, whatever, I'm very picky and smart to a certain degree about what I choose. This has actually been sitting in my yard for almost a year. The guy just is wasn't in a hurry, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't in a hurry, had cool things with Rob and videos and riding with my son and doing life things. And now that winter is upon us and four-wheel drive is needed, he wanted it done. So got the money and we're getting her done. That's how it's going to go. And it might take me way longer than I expected, but that's also okay, I guess. I'm not feeling good, and I haven't been all week. So I just cracked it a second ago, or was that the upper one? That was the upper one. We got to get a picky. Oh, man, some cars, dude. True. Well, clean, he laughs. Yeah, I mean, I worked for Infiniti, so if a car was at all dirty, I would just have a porter clean it before I did it, and no issues at all. Just, I'm not getting in that car. I'm not touching it. It needs to be detailed and cleaned, and then I'll work on it. And here, let me undo the 14 millimeters that hold all the seat bolts so that the porter can get underneath the seats really good too. So, and a lot of the Infiniti owners are pretty, at least in Madison, you know, you get over towards Milwaukee or maybe Chicago, you might have different demographics, but it was just all UW people. Towards the end, it got a little, the demographics had changed a little bit, we'll just say that. And things started getting a little dirtier, at least with oils and smells, and we'll just leave it at that. Certain populations of people really don't care about their cars at all. or the people that have to work on them. And that's another reason why I won't work at a dealership anymore or ever. Maybe be a trucker. Start a trucking company with Sterling and lose everything we got. I found a customer stash under the seat before. Oh yes, lots of herbals, pleasuring devices, handguns, everything. You see it all. Boogers, fingernails. Yep, it all goes on, in, or around the seat. And it really truly shows you how disgusting some people can be and how animalistic they are. Then you get the smokers. We're used to like a real heavy smokers. HEPA filters with mice in them. So many mice, so much mice. Good morning, Taylor. Hope you're doing well. Crystal says, made a joke to Taylor about I have chickens. I could make him chicken soup. LOL. That's awesome. I need to get some work done on my Ford Escape. Old Mac says, good morning to all humans here. Good morning, Old Mac. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good morning. Hope the weather is doing good up there. I got you playing in the background. Bob said, thank you for that. Crystal says that's a Challenger, right? A truck. This is a Ram 1500. Salty's doing a heater core on one right now. I would trade you. We talked about that. Made a joke to Taylor, but I'd love some chicken soup. Crystal says, how are you doing, Taylor? Taylor says, laughs at Crystal. Taylor says, doing good. Got some sleep. That's good. Sleep is good. I got a little rest last night as well. I wonder how tight that clutch is on there. I was an idiot and took the belt off. I just like to get that off of there if I can. And I don't have a strap wrench to put on the pulley. I could just hit it. How do you do them, Salty? I've always just blipped them with the air hammer and they come right off, but the serpentine belt is on. But I think I got a wrench for it now. Possibly. And I say that because someone threw away a whole bunch of, you wouldn't believe the amount of tools I get from the dump. It's crazy. I mean, not like full snap-on sets or anything, but just little knickknacks and things here and there that you're like, oh, I could use that. That might come in real handy someday. Or like any Ford I've ever worked on, I just hit it with my air hammer real quick. And if you just get it right on the edge, it always works. Yep. Okay. The wrench that goes on the air hammer. Again, I just either make do with what I have or I'll buy the tool. But in this situation here, I'm just going to make a fool out of myself and take a half hour trying to figure it out and talk about it. And every job is so different. That's why I want to just narrow it down to the bikes. I was hoping Rob would stop by on his way to work this morning, but he hasn't yet. And we still have a bit. What time is it? He usually leaves around 10 o'clock to go to work.
I don't know when he starts. I think he works 11 to 6. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? I'm going to go from the other side. Wish I could lower it's literally on the rotors pretty much. I can't get it any lower. Okay, so that'll fit there. And then I think I'm going to put the belt back on. Maybe I can just put... We'll see here. Carrie, you ever thought about being a quality control inspector at the Mustang Ranch in Nevada? I thought that would be a great job, Old Mac. Yeah, you know, do a pre-inspection on every ranch hand, let's say, for lack of better terms at the moment. Yeah, that would be a really cool job. Salty says, oh, yeah, we talked about that. Hope everybody's doing good, having a good day. I'm going to pull back the camera out a little bit there. What's the weather like where you're at today? We got... I heard it was supposed to be nice this weekend, or decent. Oh, it's sunny out. Looks like some overcast. Probably 40 degrees. If I had to guess. Let's see here. How is that? I'm trying to watch on my computer or the screen to see how it looks on the vertical. I've got a little idea here that I'd rather not share to the public. But with an expert like Salty in the chat, I don't want to make myself look too foolish. But I've already done that a long time ago, and I don't care. There we go. Got a little idea here. Let's see. Did it go? No. I'm going to have to put the... I'm going to have to put the belt back on and put the air hammer on it. It's just how she goes. Gonna rain in Bama land today. Yeah. Well, I have one, Crystal, kind of a screen reader. I don't know, it's just this right here, a computer screen with the chat. And then I just read it. I gotta go take my contacts out though. I know the freaking heater out here has made my eyeballs feel like there's a layer of saran wrap. E-bagging. Let's see here. Gonna rain in Bama land. There's no 24/7 e-bagging over here. Is there? JK? I don't know what that means, brown chicken. Sorry. I don't know. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, sir. I hear you there. And I don't know what Crystal says, no, I mean, something that's going to read the messages out loud as you go. It's nice to put a 30-second pause in between. That way you have a chance to respond. Oh. And then like AI voice type of a deal? Or what would do that? Because I have seen guys do that on their motorcycle journeys, like when they do live streams, and gals possibly. But I know that one, what's his name? Big Pile of Wheels, Wesley, I believe. He used to and he still may, but I haven't seen him do the live streams anymore like he used to. So with that being said, I always thought that was really cool how his chat thingy would like read it to him. But it wouldn't read it out loud so that we could hear it. So I don't know. That would be handy though. That would be handy. It would be cool to be able to do a vertical and horizontal through YouTube Studio. And apparently they're rolling that out to selected creators as they see fit. And then otherwise you're going to have to suffer in OBS. Okay, so now Jesus. Yeah, I'm really struggling. I'm basically proving to myself that I can't do live streams and try to work at the same time because nothing happens. Yeah. It'll bring in trolls like no other. Well, I'm doing it right now, and even the trolls don't want to watch. But see, it bumps from 16 to 8. The view count is all over the place. It's crazy. Brown Chicken says Taylor. Crystal says, yes, sir. Like right now, I may not be alive, but everybody's messages are being read out to me, so I don't miss them. Oh, gotcha. Brown Chicken. We're still trying to translate TGI, THIF. Thank hell it's Friday. Thank heck it's Friday. You can set it up so that the screen reader goes through headphones, so we don't hear the screen reader. Oh, that's probably what he's doing, eh? Taylor says, hey, old Mac, hope your day is good. Yeah, and now there's 15 people watching, and then in just a little bit there will be like 6 people watching, and then in a little bit it's very inconsistent as far as the view count. And same with I cannot work. I can't even, it's really hard to think and read chat. So I think what I'll do is just like get the work done and then talk about it, or video it and then edit it, because that's what seems to work with the motorcycle videos. If I edit it or do the bike, do the project, make it a story, make it something that people want to, enjoy. I can't even see if my vertical just sucks in so many ways. I want to have cameras set up and angles, and I want to bring the experience to you. And this on 4 wheels sucks. A bike is so much easier to really, for many reasons, because while we're all interested in motorcycles, that's what brought us all together in the first place. But it can be right here. It's personable. It's on a you and me level. I can show everything. I can make a story out of, well, every story is a bike. I don't need to make anything. In some cars we can make into a cool, fun story, but for me to be productive and try to make money and not forget things and miss steps, basically impossible. Because my brain isn't set up to work that way. So I apologize and I know I'm not like, it would just be more convenient. It would make the chat more engaging to do that. But at the same time, I can't concentrate and do it. I just can't. So at that point, I think that'll probably wrap up my working session. We got a couple radiator hoses off. I took a belt off that I shouldn't have until I took the fan clutch off, just because it would have helped in the assistance a little bit of holding it there. We did 2 heater hoses. And that's about it. And that's okay. So I'm going to wrap this up here shortly, and then I'm going to turn on
something else, maybe the Mike Ball show or music, and just crank this thing out and try to get it done in a timely manner. I'm not going to set like a goal. Like I have to have it done tonight. It's okay if it doesn't get done today. I'm not feeling that great, but I'm feeling good enough to keep moving forward. And I know that the chat is distracting me, which isn't, it's my fault. It's my fault. I can't concentrate. So maybe if Rob was down here and he could, interact, or then it would be even worse. Never mind. I just heard him drive by. That's why I thought of him. Anyway, we'll be doing some videos on the G37, which is cool. I'm really excited to see what's going on with this car here. And then we've got a lot of motorcycle stuff coming up. We've got a box truck full of bikes that we got to unload and see what's in there yet. And probably like 10 bikes over at Rob's shed I got to do yet. And that's just the garden shed. And then we've got his shed too, and house and garage and his dad's barn and the other barn and the other barn. So the motorcycle world awaits, and that's where I want to travel to. That's where I want my YouTube journeys to be, is in the motorcycle world, and I love it. So Salty Badger, I'll look into that vintage dealio a little bit more here and talk with Rob, and we'll see what that's all about. That would be really cool to be a part of. Taylor says, must be people scrolling on the phone. That's the only reason I come up with. Yeah, I agree. There is like troll madness. Thank you for your well wishes, as Tony the Tiger would say. Great. And I actually have a prop. I seem to have a lot of props. I had the troll yesterday, and now we've got Tony the Tiger coming in with the beanbag breakfast bunch. Born in 1952, Tony was. Came here for Hemi talk, and we're getting Tony talk now. Favorite cereal is Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Characteristic is great. This was made in 97. Tony the Tiger. Hey, old Mac. Hi, Taylor. Crystal. Everybody, hope you're having a great day. Oh, he's even got a little bandana looking thing there. I actually might have been. There we go. A little froth there. So I hope you all have a great day. I'm not going to end it right this second, but yeah, I found that I'm sure I found it in some, at the junkyard, or not junkyard. The big difference. Junkyard is where cars go. Recycling center is where I find everything other than cars and motorcycles. Those I find at the scrap yard. So there you go. Don't apologize for problem solving, Crystal. No worries. Crystal Miller says, don't apologize for problem solving, Harry. I'm just so apologetic to nobody, or just to myself maybe, but sometimes I think we say sorry too much, and up here in the Midwest, we're pretty good at it. And we might not mean it, but we're genuine, and we do. I do. I wouldn't say it if I didn't, but like, I don't feel bad about that. So don't forget to adjust the gimbal wheel and decoke the flutter timer on that Ram. Absolutely. I'm going to flush the blinker fluid as well, and the Knibbler valve might need some adjustment. So once we get the Knibbler valve, that's the biggest one, but the flutter timer, we'll make sure and check that out too. So, right? I swear we do. It's definitely an upper Midwest thing. It's like, oh, here's $100. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, or whatever. Like, anything, even with the best intent. It's so funny. So, hey, Angel. Hope you're doing good. I don't even know where I am on the camera. It feels like it's really close, but yet so far away. And then I got to wait 20 seconds and stare at this to look at this. And I don't like that. I like to do my multi-cameras and yes, the blinker fluid. Make sure you put premium air in the tires. It helps the mileage. It does. Helium. It actually lifts the car up just a little bit. Look into it. So anyway, I don't have too much else. I know I got to get moving on this. It's probably 10 or after. So I wanted to come in, say hi. Let's see this weekend. I don't know, really. We don't have a whole lot planned. I want to get this done, and then I got to go pick up a buell for a starting issue. The solenoid, something clicking. Paulski, good to see you back in here, man. I'm going to shut it down in just a second, but I got to read some chats here. If you pull the gas cap off and pull a new truck under it, job's faster. For sure. Yes, we will put the flux capacitor in it. Man, you guys are just making me bring out all my props. So we had a Tony the Tiger reference just a little bit ago. And then we're going back to the future with some flux capacitors. So yeah, I think it's back in here, isn't it? Or is it inside? Look at how detailed that is. That's it right there. Isn't that it? I think that's it. Or is it on the back right there? In the back. It might be in the back. It's a little dusty. A little dusty, eh? And then the wheels. I put batteries in it, but it doesn't. Boy, if it played or worked right now, that would be so cool. I bet you I took them back out. But yeah, it should light up and do cool stuff. But I thought that was pretty cool. So thanks for mentioning the flux capacitor. All right. Good to see you, Euro 187. Our day is going okay. Not as productive as I want. Realizing that doing a live chat, trying to be productive, doesn't help production or productivity at all. So I just stopped, and I'm going to just shut the live stream down and get to work and get this done and try to work all day and see where I get. That's all we can do. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I'm not a big promoter of that, but do they really, Salty? O'Reilly's actually has a part number for the flux capacitor. That's pretty cool. Old Max says muffler bearings are plastic, so don't lube. All right, we'll not lube the muffler bearings. We'll talk to you soon, Taylor. Thanks for saying hi. I appreciate you stopping in. I did find the information, Salty, on the Wild Stallions build competition, so I'm going to share it with Rob, and we'll talk about it more. That's all I did, just being on. I found it, and that's it. That's where the road stopped. And then we'll put that puppy in drive the next time I talk to Rob. Because we might bring his bus over here so I can use his bus as like an editing studio for the winter because it's got a wood stove in it. And then it would just piss the other neighbor off that's already complaining about all the stuff in my yard, which there isn't. But we'll just put a 40-foot bus in the yard too. So Euro, we'll see you next live stream. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate everybody stopping in. Always a good time to see everyone here. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Saw you was live. Thought I'd drop by. Have a great day, mate. You as well. Have a great day. Taylor says, I got to turn this. We're learning as we go. We're going to have to get a little bit better live stream layout here. May I repeat my 2 little announcements I made in 6th stream? Yeah, go for it, Angel. Always drop what you got because we're going to end it like a tot. There we go. Okay, let's see. Goodbye, Crystal Miller. Make sure you tell Karen I said hi. I will. I will. Taylor, see y'all later. Have a good day, Taylor. Salty Badger, do you have another channel for that neighbor? Maybe he's jealous. No. I could. I could. That would be hilarious. Critter Moto this evening at 6:30 p.m. Awesome. We'll check it out. I believe I'm subscribed, but if you want to drop their link, go for it. Feel free to drop their link for that. Always love to share other people's adventures, and perfect. And we can watch that or check them out at 6:30 tonight. I'm going to do that quick. Let's see here. Open a new window. Cool. All right. By the way, your races, Carrie, were awesome. Races. I haven't raced in so many years. Did you used to see me road race? My races. I love racing. A few years back. Well, thank you. I don't there's only one of me on YouTube from like 15 years. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Old videos posted up. Very cool. I'll have to see what else is out there. I think Dylan has me on his channel. You should try doing it live, Crystal. Try to make your pie filling live so we can see how you do distracting. Quit reading and just walk away, Carrie. Old Max says. I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm trying, but I could bring the comments, that's about as close as I can get it before the computer comes off the shelf. So we're learning as we go, and I got plenty of big TVs. I do like the chat reader, maybe in like a little earbud. So yeah, Salty, why don't you live stream while you work? This is why, probably, I'm assuming, unless I had someone who was just like hanging over me with stuff, and that would be annoying because I'd be bumping into them. They'd hit that. This would fall out. And at the end of the day, I want to bring value to people, and I want to, and me just maybe sitting here talking is value, but it's not getting the job done. So, and everybody watching appreciates that and understands that, I know. So I'll at least make a short of all the apples we've got to go through. I might make a video, but I don't know about trying to do a live, LOL. Awesome. Well, I wish you all a good day. Good luck with that, Crystal. We'll look forward to seeing the short. Angel, thank you for sharing the link. Old Mac, love always. Much love, brother. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. And Taylor, everybody else, I appreciate it. I'm going to go look at my old race videos and see what else might be out there lurking on the interwebs. And then I'm going to get to work. So, how long did the motor how long did the motor take? Oh, 2 weeks, live streaming, 8 hours in real time, right? Exactly. Yeah, no doubt. This literally at this rate, we could milk it for 2 straight weeks. And I don't want to do that. I want to get this Infinity on the hoist and play with a fun car. Or fun car to me. But this is still fun nonetheless. We always got to make it fun and enjoy what we do to a certain degree. I think, a labor of love is something that's being lost. And I know I said earlier, I despise working. Like, I don't. If I had to do it's okay. But I really like to gravitate more towards the bikes, and maybe someday making videos that people find value in and watch on a mass level, and I can just share my neighbor Rob's a nut job. He's crazy. He's borderline like the best human being ever, which not borderline that. He is like one of the best humans ever, but he's gone all the time. Snowboarding, racing motorcycles, canoeing, just nonstop every day, and it's like, how do you do that? It's crazy. And so I want to share that with the world too. So are you kissing Rob or kissing Carrie? Crystal Bill? No. There's no kissing of any of that here. But
I'll kiss his ass to get, to get the motorcycles down here, to make that money. Show me that money. But, and I'm just joking. It's not about that. So intermetaarchives.net. I'll make looking at old stuff. It'll make, oh, really? Interesting. I know there was, I didn't think of that, and I was only blowing one. Oh, that sounds even worse. Holy crap, I'm going to quit talking. No, I don't care. That's hilarious. Whatever. We're both very comfortable with who we are as men in this world. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, so that's it. A lot of LMAOs now. Obviously, so I'm not, I do find some humor in that, but bye, ladies. Have a great weekend. Have a good day, old Mac. I'm going to go too. See y'all later. Yeah, thank you all so much for stopping in. Have a great day. We'll chat soon. We'll do some structured live streams. Speech to text is so much fun. It always makes it interesting. Angel says, I just wanted to point out Rob neighbor is Carrie and Carrie is Rob's neighbor. Oh, well, thank you. I think everybody understands that. Yeah, get to work. This is an hour-long break. I don't get lunch today. My boss is going to be so pissed at me. Have a great weekend, everyone. Much love.